In the final video, we're going to look at how to simplify fractions. To simplify a fraction means to reduce a fraction to its smallest numerator and denominator using equivalent fractions and division. We can't change the value of the fraction, we just want to write it smaller. For example, 6 over 12 and 1 over 2 are equal. They have the same value. They both equaled a half. And I can show that by writing each of these as a decimal. 6 divided by 12 is 0.5. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. They have the same value. And so they are equivalent to each other. 1/2 is in simplest terms. There are no longer any factors that are the same. And so it's in simplest form, we call it. There's two methods. We can find the lowest common denominator by dividing by primes until we can no longer divide. And you might remember from grade 6 that your prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, and it goes on and on. Now, I don't expect you to do this on your head or to do long division. You can use a calculator to help you. So if I was looking at the fraction 24 over 108, I would look at this and think about my divisibility rules and how we're going to divide it. Well, I know that 24 and 108 are both even, so I can divide them both by 2. And when I do that, I get 12 over 54. And I can look at this and see that these are also both divisible by 2. So I'm going to divide it again. And I get 6 over 27. This is not divisible by 2, so we might think we're done. However, 6 is divisible by 3. 27 is also divisible by 3. And so I'm going to use my calculator, punch this in, and I get 2 over 9. And so this is the smallest we can get this fraction. We can't divide both of these by 2 because 9 divided by 2 would give us a decimal, and that doesn't work in a fraction. And so this is in simplest form, we say. And so this would be our answer, 2 over 9. Now, some of you might have basic math skills that are a little bit stronger. And you might think, okay, well, I can actually divide both of these by 4. And when I do that, I get 6 over 27. And then I can divide this by 3. And I get 2 over 9. It's the same idea. So how you go about dividing, what numbers you choose to divide by, isn't going to change the value at all. You're still going to end up, if you've done it correctly, with 2 over 9. You don't even have to go 2 first. If I looked at this and said, okay, 2 plus 4 is 6, and 1 plus 8 is 9, I remember that a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. So I can divide both of these by 3 off the hop. And when I do that, I get 8 over 36. And hey, this is also divisible by 4, and I get 2 over 9. So there are many ways that you can go about doing this, but in this method, you're using prime numbers or combining some prime numbers. And you're using your divisibility rules. Dividing using prime numbers will typically take you a few more steps, but you will still get at the same answer. The second method is using the GCF, or the greatest common factor. Now remember, factor are the numbers that we multiply together to get a number. These are factors. And so we look at, let's go back to our original thing here. We look at the factors of these numbers. So what are the factors of 24? Well, the factors of 24 are 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. And the factors of 108 would be 1 and 108, 2 and 54, 3 and 36, 4 and 27, 6 and 18, and 9 and 12. And so when I look at this list, it might help to write it in numerical order. So I'm just going to rewrite this in numerical order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, 27, 36, 54, 108. And if I look at this, you can see that we have two numbers, or we have a few numbers that appear in both lists. I want the highlighter. And we are looking for the greatest common factor. And that would be 12, which means I can divide this by 12 and the denominator by 12 and get 2 over 9. And so by using greatest common factor, you're only doing one division step, but you have to know the factors and how to find the factors of a number. Let's do another example. A simpler one, 8 over 12. The multiples of 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. The multiples of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And so we see here that the greatest common factor is 4. So I can divide the top number by 4 and the denominator by 4, and I get 2 over 3 as my simplified fraction.